together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stayed making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, just me today. As we have a full MLB card and a full NHL card to go over. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Cool. All right. So we have those two to go over. No NBA, which is nice. Definitely. We know we'll have everybody playing in the NBA tomorrow, though, for the last game of the regular season. So everybody's got off today. Taking a look at the recap of yesterday, and what a day yesterday was. NHL went 2-1. First period over, full game over. Pittsburgh and New Jersey comes through. We got 1.5, 5.5. The game finishes 4-2. And then Montreal does not come through, though. They lose 5-2 to the Senators. So that wild card's still available. It's going to be Montreal. We all know it's going to be Montreal. They're not going to lose every single game the rest of the season. I do not like what is going on here. We good? I think we good. All right, cool. And then and the NBA. The NBA was solid. Didn't start off well. I don't know what the hell happened to the Pacers. So yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to the Pacers yesterday. They -9 didn't even come close. As I believe they got beat down in that second quarter and the third quarter. The 14 game was kind of made it look respectable. It was a blowout. And Detroit -5.5 did not get there as well. We know for a fact it'll be Detroit versus New York for the 3-6 matchup in the playoffs, which I believe that means we know it's going to be Indiana and Milwaukee for the 4-5 matchup. I don't think we know exactly who the 4 is though in that one there. So that's that'll be interesting to see. And then after that though, NBA was amazing. Bulls -16.5, they win by 30. Heat -14.5, they win by 49. Yeah, some of these teams have just given up, and then other teams had something to play for, which is exactly what happened. Denver Nuggets, the new coaching bump continues, -6.5, winner there. Golden State -14, they win by, 17, so that was a winner there. And the Lakers -9.5, they win by 31. The Lakers, I believe, will be the 3 seed locked up for the they are the 3 seed locked up for the playoffs there, which good for them. They will be playing the 60, which we do not know yet. So there's that. And then in the MLB was a really strong day as well. Start off with a frustrating push. We had the under 7 in the Cleveland Kansas City game. It was 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Guardians put up 4 runs to push the total. That was annoying. The double up on the Rays is as easy as it gets. Money line winner. Team total over winner. The team total over was a winner in the 6th inning, so that was nice there. The White Sox, first 5 plus a half, easy. They win the first 5, 7-0. Minnesota, first 5, -110. That was a winner. They end up losing the full game. They end up blowing. They end up giving 4 runs in the 6th inning. And then end up losing that game 7-6. But we got the first 5. The Angels was a loser. Double up on the Cardinals was beautiful. First 5 and full game. Gained 2.1 units off that game. First 5 was +110. Even money for the full game. Beautiful there. Lost the first 5, though, in Colorado. First 5 plus a half in Colorado because they gave up 6 in the bottom of the 5th inning. That would have been a rough bet for anybody who had a first 5 under in that game. And then winner on the Seattle Mariners. Plus 105. That was exactly how the Skeens game played out when we backed When we backed the Cardinals against Skeens, we backed the Mariners against DeGrom. It comes through. Cubs first 5 +1. I could have taken the +0.5 and gotten a better number, but hey, +1 comes in there as they give up 3 runs in the 6th inning. So I had a couple spots where they gave up runs in the 6 innings, and I got out of there with the first 5. So that was always nice to see. So there's that. So an awesome day yesterday, up 9.90 units. So hoping to keep that going here today with the baseball card and with the MO and with the hockey card as well. So we'll do that, and then we'll head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today's games. Up day by a little. Hell yeah! I will be posting the. By the way, I will be posting the records for the baseball contest after the show. I did not get. I ran out of time this morning while prepping, and was not able to fully update the records. So, White Sox over 53.5 wins. Yeah, hell yeah. Yes, it's just me. Laggy. Nick up 6. Jeez. I'm up. Yeah, I'm up 6 units now. In the MLB, it's been a strong start. In MLB, yeah. What's up for? You saying what's up for 6? Good now. Cool. Hornets, what a joke. I end up laying off the Hornets. I'm glad I did. Tim ended up pulling the trigger on them, but yeah. Let's see. Trusted Tim. Yeah. Not okay. And at least, yeah, you're all good. Recap MLB. I do not have all the updated records. I apologize there. I do not have all the updated records. I'll post that after the show on a community post. All double-digit favorites won. Easy parlay. That's the way it's going to be in the NBA sometimes. So, hey, it happens. Lakers winning it all. Oof. I mean, the NBA would love to. They'd be going crazy over freaking LeBron winning again. I don't see it happening, but I could see it. I could see them winning a round or two. What's good, IceX? House bet Cardinals easy money. Yeah, the Phillies look tired. Do we turn around and back the Phillies today? Is the question. How does Boston lose to the best team in Chicago? Easy by tanking y'all making the playoffs this year. I hope they are. Yeah, Quintana look. Yeah, he looked good. I never got to cap that game because Quintana was announced after the show, which was nice. Let's see, good for Nick being up. Nice. Yeah. Tim needs to study NBA. He does. I don't like how Tim bets, but if it works for him, go for it. Yeah. Oh, baseball. Yes, baseball. No, we're not talking Blackhawks and Bruins. Tim took Nets also. Yes, he did. And I like the other. I was leaning the other side. The NBA is Tim's thing. So I let Tim put up the NBA plays. I put up the hockey plays. There. Martin Perez on the mound today. There you go. That means to back them. All right. Yeah, it's still early. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. My bad. Yeah. Yes, I sex. All good. A lot of teams just didn't try yesterday. But hey, one thing we'll try on is this baseball card. Let's get into it here. Let's get it started. We have the Minnesota Twins taking on the Detroit Tigers. We have the Twins -125 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one. Let me find the game. Minnesota. Where is Minnesota? There it is. Jackson Jobe on the mound for the Tigers, taking on Chris Paddock. Line opened up 115. It's now 126. We do have a move towards do have a move towards the towards the Minnesota Twins in this game, which I feel like we've seen a move towards the Twins almost every game. We do looking at the line history, we have this line opening up 805, 8.5 minus 105 is now 9 at minus 102. So we've been moved towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. I gotta switch back from the NBA yesterday because that was the last time I had it up. There we go. Where we have is load. There we go. 66% of the tick, 3% of the cash coming in on the Tigers. Yet this line's moving towards the Twins. That's really confusing. That immediately tells me the Twins probably take care of business. But if you want that, you have to back Chris Paddock. And I do not want to back Chris Paddock. He has been terrible this year. And then we have 93% tickets, 94% cash on the over. The line has at least moved towards the over. Chris Paddock has been horrible this year. He started his year against the White Sox, a nice easy matchup. Gave up 9 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 3 and a third innings pitched. Only struck out 2. And then against the Astros, he gave up 3 earned runs. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. He's been terrible. Why is he favored in this game, though? That's the ultimate question. On the flip side, the Detroit Tigers have a fun rookie that I think is going to be pretty solid in this league. 22 years old. And he's been okay. His first start kind of struggled in Seattle. 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. And then against the White Sox, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings. Walking has been a problem for him. I don't know if it's going to be an issue against the Twins, though, who don't take many pitches. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That's because the Twins are one of those teams where they love swinging at the first pitch for whatever reason. So maybe walks won't be as much of a problem here for Jackson Jobe in this game. But looking at the spot, I mean, how are we not looking towards Minnesota in this game? In that spot, the markets are saying that Jobe gets hit. The line's moving towards the over. The line's moving towards the Twins. Maybe the play for this game is to back the Twins on the team total rather than laying any type of number with them, because I don't want to trust Paddock whatsoever. But on the flip side, do I really want to trust this Twins team to win a baseball game? And if we're trusting the markets in this game, the Twins put up runs. I mean, they put up 6 runs yesterday against Reese Olson in the bullpen. Let's take a look at what the bullpens look like, because this might be a Twins team total over. Or maybe Twins in general. Duran didn't pitch yesterday. Topa didn't pitch yesterday. Alcala didn't pitch yesterday. Blewett didn't pitch yesterday. Jackson didn't pitch yesterday. Varland threw 18. Colome threw 4. Maybe this is Twins in this game. The question is, and the one big concern is, what does who do you call it do? What does Paddock do? And I'm going to take that completely out of the mix. I'm just going to take the Minnesota Twins team total over 4.5 and even money in this game. I'm not going to mess with Chris Paddock. I'm not going to mess with whatever the bullpen's going to do. I just want the Minnesota Twins to score 5 runs in this game, and that's it. So I'm going to take a shot here with the team total with the Twins. I do not trust Chris Paddock, and I think if the Twins win this game, I'm getting even money for 4.5 team total. If the Twins win this game with Paddock on the mound, they're scoring 5. So I'll take a shot here, even money for the team total over for the Minnesota Twins in this game. Let's see. There you go. I was up 1K in roulette and gave it all back. You're stupid. Yeah, you are. That's beyond the point. I want the Tigers again. Over. Yeah. This line is baiting you on the Twins like yesterday. Everybody was on the Twins yesterday. Nobody's on the Twins today. Everybody was on the Twins yesterday? No, they let me go back. Here. The final market was 69% of tickets, 71% of the cash was on the Tigers. Everyone was not on the Twins yesterday. This line is absolutely baiting you on the Tigers. I mean, how is Chris Paddock, a pitcher with a 15 ERA, a favorite in this game? That makes no sense. How is this line baiting you on the Twins? I would love to know. I'd love to know. I really, really would. How is this line baiting you on the Twins? A pitcher with a 15 ERA is a favorite. I don't get that whatsoever. You think the Tigers are going to win over the Twins? I mean, they could. I would lean more towards the Twins winning this game. Yeah, this is a Twin spot, namely because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I faded everyone. 69% of tickets and 71% of the cash was on the Tigers yesterday. So if you were fading everybody, you would have been on the Twins along. I mean, I had the Twins yesterday, but only first 5. Yeah. Twins money line. Yeah. Am I going to double up on the Twins here? I'm really going to double up on the Twins here to start off my day because I want them, and I like the bullpen as well. I'm not going to double up. I'm just going to stick with the team total because I don't want anything to do with Paddock in this team. So yeah. Supness, what's good, Lex? I haven't slept 9 hours on. Okay, you need help, is what you're saying. Phillies race to 3 killed my 32-1 parlay. Ouch! If you watched the show yesterday, we were all over the Cardinals, but that sucks, dude. What a disaster! Yeah, can't believe NHL is that bad for you. Yeah, it's been terrible. The NHL this year, it's been frustrating. It really has. Oh look, Nick Scroll. Yeah, because I don't have access to Canva anymore. So usually I'd have the backgrounds. But it's something new. The weather in Mini looks like 62 degrees. It'll get up to 67 with about 13 mile an hour winds blowing from right to left. No Tigers Republic. Yeah. This Tigers team is public. Yeah, a lot of people love this Tigers team. I'm not sold on the Tigers. But yeah. We need some weather reports on these games. Yep, I got you. I break down the weather. Yeah. I'm talking about live shows yesterday. I was watching. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do. 3 different shows. Yeah, now here's the thing though. If you bet them the way I did, you won because I was on the Twins first 5 yesterday. I didn't take them full game. I took them first 5. Nick, tell us about the pollen count for this game. 3,427 pieces of pollen. I don't know. 4, my bad. You're good. Nick, double up on what you like. Doubling up for you has been good. Yeah, I doubled up on the Rays yesterday. I doubled up on the Cardinals yesterday. Yeah. I feel like if I want to double up on the Twins, doesn't it feel like this is a high variance game? And if you want to double up on the Twins instead of taking the money line, you take the -1, and you go for a score on ESPN bets -125, -165. Maybe we go. It's +118. You take a score on the -1 for the Twins. What's the first 5 team total? 2.5 plus money. Cool. No, I mean I've had a bad year. I show it there. Yeah. Pick some parlays. L. Yeah. I have come to. Okay. Hopefully I can get them off the VIP status. There you go. Never liked them anyway. Yeah. I mean they got us our big break, but it's been crap ever since. Let's see. Big shot victory here. Yeah. Loser trades is under. Okay. Twins money line and Paddock under 4.5 Ks. Yeah. Maybe the way to double up on this game is just a full game over. Too tired to think. This is an obvious over game, right? It feels like it, right? What's the team total over? 4.5 at even money. I got 4.5 even money on the Twins. 4 team total. I put plays in the contest. How did I do? Let me check. Did you put plays under? If you are 4-4-6 in the contest, you went 1-3 down 2.3 units. You had the Yankees, the Marlins, the A's, and the Dodgers. Other than that, are you Ice X 4-4-6 the Scared, Coyotes picks, Robert Carlson, Nicholas Handy, or Untouchable? Because here are all the people who put in contest plays yesterday. I started grading it and then I just ran out of time. So these were all the people who put in contest plays yesterday. Let me get this down as well. These were all the contest plays yesterday. If and thanks for the segue there. If you want to put in plays to the baseball contest, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to go ahead. You're going to put in. You're going to click this link, and you're going to put in plays under that link. If you do not click that link and you do not submit, and if you do not submit that camera is way too close. There we go. If you do not click that link and submit the plays into that link, it's simple. The plays don't count. Plain and simple there. Let's see. Where was that? Yeah, the odds, yeah. That Twins bullpen is not as stellar as advertised. Yeah, I like Duran, and I like Duran, and I like Jax in that bullpen, and really everybody else has kind of been disappointing. No, you're not in there. There you go. Twins team total over. Even money, I'll double up. There you go. Good luck today, y'all. Thanks for the show. Yeah, gotcha. Guess again. Yeah. Caps versus CBJ is a battle of third string goalies. I'm interested in the Blue Jackets in that game. I was looking at it. Yeah. Victory put in plays for the contest. Yeah. And this is how you put in plays. You click on that link. It's also in the description of the video down below. Blurry, can't see. It's not blurry. Let me see. I must have hit the wrong link. Okay. Let me see the name. It was blurry. I promise you weren't in there. You didn't put in the plays. Morning. Cash the Cardinals reverse run line -1.5. There you go. NBA, I'm on all dogs tomorrow. Well, not all. LOL. Yeah. People who talk the most never put in plays, right? It's ridiculous. Oh, wrong. There we go. We'll move on. Second game on the card. The Philadelphia Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals -165 for the Phillies, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Miles Mikolas and Christopher Sanchez. We have this line opening up. Where is it? Come on, click. Please click. All right, I love it when my computer doesn't load. Cool. We'll head to the cash flow first, and then we'll get back to the line history. 85% of tickets and 88% of the cash is on the Phillies. 99 and 99 on the over in this game as well. Let's see, has our odds loaded yet? No. Please click. Come on. Sometime today. Cool. The line history is just not clicking, which is fun. I swear, if this website's crashed and I can't have line history, I'm going to be pissed. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Christopher Sanchez and Miles Mikolas. I think Mikolas is a bet against pitcher. I truly, truly do. I'm not a fan of him. I'm shocked he's still getting starts in the MLB. Last start, he got lit up and smoked. In that game, he went up against the Boston Red Sox. He gave up 8 earned runs and 11 hits, 1 and 2/3 1 strikeout, and it was terrible. His first start of the year, he gave up 200 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 1/3, 3 strikeouts. That was the 5-4 loss in extra innings against the Angels. On the flip side, we have Christopher Sanchez, who, if I remember right, last year had really bad home road splits. Or no, actually, was that Ranger Suarez? I think that may have been Ranger Suarez. Last game against the Dodgers wasn't the greatest. 4 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 2/3 innings pitched, and 9 strikeouts. That was the 8-7 win over the Dodgers. And then previous to that, though, he gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 5 1/3 against the Rockies. Line opened up, Philly minus 140. Reopened up after last night at minus 152 after the game ended, and now it's up to a 163. I do think this is the game the Phillies get back, and they beat the Cardinals in this one here. Line opened up in an 8 at even money. It's still an 8 at even money. Lines move towards the Phillies. The money is coming in on the Phillies. That is one thing there. I want to take a look what the Phillies -1 would be, because that was something I was actually kind of looking at heading into this card that I had circled that I wanted to take a deeper look at. BetMGM is giving you the best available number, -160 on the money line, +115 on the run line, which I'm curious what that would be. That would be 160. I want to say 160, 165 on the money line. 160 on the money line, 115 on the run line. -121 for Philly, -1. I'm interested in the Phillies here in this game as a bounce back spot. I want to take a look at what the bullpen did yesterday. I'm not a big Michaelis guy at all. I think Michaelis is to be faded until he's out of this rotation. The Phillies did go through some bullpen yesterday. Banks threw 14, Strom threw 20, Hernandez threw 16, Romano threw 12. Ross, oh nope, I never hit refresh. So damn it. I don't have the updated bullpen because that bullpen did yesterday. Which I don't know if it truly does matter too much, but I took the team total for that. So when that's loading, I am interested to see what these bullpens did yesterday. But I'm interested in the Phillies in this game. Lines moved dramatically towards them, which I fully understand. They're coming off of the bad loss or the shot loss. But when you looked at it, spot for the Philadelphia Phillies. They were coming in after the big rain game against the Braves, and then they traveled. Hernandez and Banks have the back-to-back days, but everybody else is it. So for today, Alvarado will be available, Strom will be available, Romano will be available, Kirkman will be available. So Phillies have their full echelon of relievers ready to go, and so does the Cardinals. Maton threw 16 yesterday, Helsley threw 7, and that is it. Everybody else has had 2 days off, so a very well-rested Cardinals bullpen. The question is, do you like the Cardinals bullpen more than the Phillies bullpen? I'm going to say no. I'm a bigger fan of the Philly bullpen than I am the Cardinal bullpen. So maybe this is just Phillies -1 at -121 over on Bet365. Not Bet365, BetMGM. With the money line being -160 and the run line being +115. So let me go ahead and let me confirm that these are the right odds, because sometimes BetMGM is weird. And let me go ahead and play -160 +115. Perfect. So let me go ahead, and that is -121. I'm going to move on the Phillies here at -1, -121 in this game. I like this as a bounce back spot for Philly. We were all over the Cardinals yesterday. It's Philly day today. Fading Michaelis and betting on the bounce back here in this spot. So I'm going to be on Philly -1 here in this one. Let's see. Yeah. When they did, they all lost. Yeah. AKA victory in 4-4-6. Yeah. Yep. I put plays in. Damn. I think no. I'm not. I hit refresh this morning, and those were the names on there. Sorry. Shaking my head. Nick hated my name. I put in. Erased it. I don't erase anybody's names. I promise you I don't. I can go back and look. I hit refresh. Maybe you clicked on the wrong link or something, but on yesterday's thing there was no username special guest Tim. Yeah. Bro, I did one contest and halfway through I took more and more risk, which I didn't actually bet in real life because second place doesn't win. I used name special guest Tim. The people who submitted plays yesterday: Untouchable, Ice X, Coyote picked 446, 446 is scared, Nicholas Handy, and Robert Carlson. Those were the names that submitted plays, other than me. What's good, Nicholas Handy? LOL. You banned the name. Tim doesn't have access to these. It's just me, and I don't touch it. So try again instead of accusing me for stuff. Over 7.5. Yeah, I would lean that way. I do not trust Michaelis. So talk about the Giants yesterday. 5 runs. Yeah. You're acting like 1 week means anything in a contest that didn't reflect my actual. That's fair. Miles to give up runs. Yes, I would definitely Miles Michaelis put in runs. Yeah. Okay, I'll put in plays now. There you go. I don't like Sanchez. He throws slop. Left meatball pitcher. Yeah, I definitely think he's the weakling on this rotation for the Phillies. I think I'm not a huge fan of him, but over Michaelis, yeah, I'll take that every day of the week. 446. What happened to Stroman yesterday? Fair. I got Cardinals for the series. There you go. Stroman is dead wood. He's only pitching because of injuries. Yeah, no duh. Because no Cole, no Clark, no Heel. Yeah. Miles isn't going to give up runs like crazy like he did last game. Although I do like when that happens. Yeah. Pass. He's out next week. Clark Schmidt coming back. Stroman is out. Yeah, I can see that. Pass as well. Phillies always have a hard time covering run lines. Last season too. Yeah, I mean, I took the -1, so if they win and don't cover the run line, I'll just push. So that's one thing I do like about -1s is I'm just asking them to win, and if they, yeah. Books think bounce backs for Michaelis total of 8, and the Cards are flying over totals this year. Yeah, I think it more suggests that Christopher Sanchez pitches well because the lines moved 12 cents in the direction of the Phillies. 23 cents since yesterday, if you want to count the opening line at 2:40 in the afternoon. And there's been no line movement on the total. Yes, it is low. The total is low there in that one. But I think it suggests more that Sanchez pitches well rather than Michaelis does. But I do think Michaelis can pitch well as well. So maybe a Cardinal team total under. Agree, Craig. Is Sorokin playing or is he done, Mr. Hockey Nick? I need to look. I knew he was. He didn't play yesterday. I would have to look. Bet Flyers, right? I'm looking at the overs. The two teams have nothing to play for. Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Yes. Okay. It's not. Okay, cool. Look at the skull bar. It's fine, but he is laggy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Philly is still tired, won't score. Maybe. Maybe the under is the play then. Damn it, Nick. First five, Nick. What? Oh, yeah. Damn. I seriously tried. Special guest Tim, best name. Okay. I mean, it's not. No, Tim does not have access to it. Yeah, I bet. How would you use this name, Mr. Numbers? Just use the name Mr. Numbers instead of something along those lines. Even though I do not delete names. I do not delete names. I promise. That's why 446 is scared is one of the names we use. If you actually click the link, put in plays under special guest Tim, I will track it as special guest Tim. He gets annoyed because you've made the joke 8,000 times and it's not funny. He's frustrated. He can't be on every show. And then you just keep rubbing it in, rubbing it in. He doesn't like it because he knows he can't be on every show. So you saying special guest Tim every goddamn time he shows up pisses him off. I'd be pissed off too. You're being a dick. He says he doesn't see the name. I don't. And here's the thing though, I don't know how to delete responses on that. So yeah. You guys actually don't know, but 446 is actually a burner. 446 has 2 accounts. Interesting. A bummer, you mean? 12:30 Isles and Flyers. We will get to that game in a little bit. Sounds like Philly Yurfie. Maybe. He will get to a 446. Yeah. Stroman should have been taken. Yeah. Out third run first inning. Yeah. Well, DK doesn't allow -1 in NHL and MLB. Here's the thing though. And I will put it in the chat here, Lex. I mean, there's never -1 lines that I can bet. I use this link right here, and I punch in the money line and the run line, and it tells me how much to put on each in order to create the -1 line. I'm building my own -1 line. It's not. I can't scroll into the sports book and have -1. Okay. Dang, he got timed out. 60 seconds. Yeah. Giants money line. That might be a look. Rebet has -1. I don't have access to Rebet, unfortunately. But the odds are shitty. Yeah. DK Michigan has -1 on NHL and MLB for me. There you go. He is going to blame that timeout on Nick. Watch. Yeah, who timed me out? Not me. I promise you it wasn't me. I don't have time to waste timing people out. I just don't. I'm trying to run a show here. But we'll move on. Next game on the card, the New York Yankees and the the San Francisco Giants. Line opened up Yankees -130. It's now 132. So we have a slight move towards the Bronx Bombers. Line opened up in an 8 at -115. It's now 8 -120. So move towards the over slightly in this one here. Taking a look at the taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 46% of tickets and 59% of the cash is coming in on the Giants in this one here, with the line moving towards the Yankees, which is interesting. Tells me the Yankees might take care of business in this game. And then we have 97% of the tickets and 97% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. 2 young pitchers in this matchup here. Here we have Wicks taking on Warren for this. On the Giants side, we have Jordan Hicks. Hicks on the Giants side. Last appearance, he gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 1/3, 5 strikeouts. His first appearance, he went 6 shutout innings against the Houston Astros, giving up no earned runs, 1 hit, 2 walks. He was great in that game. On the flip side, we have Will Warren, who is somebody the Yankees are very high on. That they were hoping to have in the rotation sometime this year. They obviously weren't expecting to have him in rotation on the opening day roster. Absolutely not. But he gave up 2 earned runs on 1 hit, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched in his first game of the year against the Diamondbacks. And then he followed that up, though, at 4 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. This market tells me that the Yankees get to Hicks a little bit here. With that slight move towards the over, and the line moving towards the Yankees, even though it looks like perceived sharp money coming in on the Giants on this one here, which is telling me the Yankees probably win and cover this game on a run line. The question is, do you want to get involved with the Yankees? And I kind of do. I kind of lean in that direction. It's -135, so it's a little expensive for a Yankee team I'm not overly high on this year. The -1 line is +106 on the Yankees. I lean Yankees -1 in this game. I do expect a bounce back after yesterday's performance, but is this a game I'm going to get involved with? No, not particularly. So it'd just be a small lean towards small lean towards the Yankees in this game. If I'm betting anything in this spot, it would be New York or no bet. But not one I'm going to get involved with here. Just a small lean. Let's see. Actually, just MLB. Caesars has MLB -1. There you go. Isles game, 12:30. Yes, we will get to the Isles game. Yes, we will. Who's the mole? That works for Nick and Time. I don't know. That probably was Tim. Tim is no. He's not, honestly. Okay. I can't bet the Yanks. They're playing like shit. Yeah. I mean, I lean towards them, but I'm not betting them. Dominguez. I'm reading a different one there. Imagine that lower tickets, more money seem to be the trend that follows me. Yeah, that's called sharp money. Warren is so hittable. He is. That's the problem. I'm not high on him. We will trade him for Alcantara. Dominguez, Warren for no. If I'm the Marlins GM and I get a call from the Yankees saying Will Warren and Jason Dominguez for Sandy Alcantara, I'm laughing my ass off and hanging up the phone. Pretty simple. Yankees -1. Yeah, that would be my lead in this one. Under. San Fran is the better team. Bet the Giants. Fair. What time is the Flyers game? 12:30. Yes. 12:40. Yes, we will get to hockey. We will. We're not going to take another over an hour to get through the rest of the baseball card. So we will get to the hockey games. But we'll move on. This is a game we've already talked about yesterday. I want to take a look at what the market's done. We already broke down the pitchers yesterday. If you want to hear the breakdown on the pitchers, watch yesterday's show. Line opened up at a -120. It's now -125. But that was, I believe the game was postponed yesterday afternoon, and then they reopened up. Yep. And it's been a 5-cent line movement towards Baltimore. Line opened up at an 8.5, but juice towards the under, and now it's an 8, juice towards the over. So it looks like just juice correcting itself. 63% tickets, 87% cash is on the Orioles, with the line moving towards them. 75 and 75 on the over, with just the what do you call it? The line doing that. Are they really on that? Wow. I didn't realize the Blue Jays were on a 10-game under streak. And we're going to be betting a first 5 over in this game because it's the Orioles. I'm going right back to the bet I had made yesterday in this game. I want to see if it's still a 4. Wow, they've adjusted. It's 4.5 across the board now. So, okay, fair enough. 4.5. Let me see if that first 5 over 4.5 is even money on FanDuel, because that's the best available number at the moment. By the way, for those wondering, Magnus Hogberg has been confirmed for the Islanders. So no Sorokin. I don't think we see Sorokin the rest of the season, honestly. I think the Islanders have mailed it in, and we're going to see Hogberg, and we're going to see the other – I forgot the other goalie's name, the third-string goalie for the rest of the season. We're not going to see any more Sorokin, I think. But let me continue logging in to FanDuel here, see what this first 5 over is. If it is even money over on FanDuel, everywhere else is like -105, -110. So let me see if that's the case. If not, then I'll go over towards that. Because I know FanDuel is another one of those books that 4.5 even money. That is tricky because sometimes it'll tell you the wrong number on BetStamp. So, and when you shop around for a bunch of different books, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right number before I head over to the book or before I place the bet. And I want to make sure that these books are, if it does suggest a lower line on one book that sometimes it's wrong, I want to make sure it's right. So yeah. First 5 over 4.5 even money for Toronto, Baltimore. Not going to break this one down too much because we broke this game down yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm getting a worse line today because I got a 4 yesterday. But I'm going to continue betting. I'm going to continue betting my Baltimore first 5 overs until I lose multiple in a row. And I would actually like to go back and take a look. The only games I don't bet first 5 overs in Baltimore games is when Eflin's on the mound. Other than that, I just routinely bet the first 5 overs. So yes, I'm on first 5 over again here, 4.5 at even money in this one. Throw in, I bet Nick takes. Yeah, no duh. I've been betting them all year. First 5 over 4.5. Yes, correct. He gave the pick yesterday. Yep. Home Yankees are more bet on than road Yankees. Agreed. Those left-handed bats are built for Yankee Stadium. Absolutely, they are. I mean, if I yell at the live dealers who spin the roulette, okay. Am I real? Whatever. I don't care. Jays, yeah, can't hit a freaking number. Then stop playing roulette. A pass. Is that the Islanders rookie who got crushed by the Rangers? Hogberg's been trash all year. He's not a rookie though. The other guy was the rookie that got after Hogberg got pulled. They brought in the rookie and they pulled the rookie and they put him back on Hogberg. It was ugly in that game. There's a reason I bet overs in that spot. Maybe Vladdy hit a damn homer. Maybe. There's no edge to be had in the Baltimore game. Fair. Michael Taylor actually has been good for the White Sox. There you go. Good job, old man. Coyotes bets. I'm on White Sox first 5. I might look to go back towards the White Sox first 5. Allison Reg, I can't trust the New York Islanders right now. Absolutely not. But that's just me though. I'm probably going to bet overs in that game again, especially with Hogberg in it. Dub. Martin Perez is the guy to back. There you go. We will be talking about the White Sox in a couple games, but now we'll move on to Sacramento. We have the Oakland Athletics taking on the New York Mets. Mets win the first game of the series 7-6, and it looks like now the pitcher is undecided for the Athletics. I think it was supposed to be JT Ginn. I want to make sure we have a pitcher. If not, then we might have to pass over this game for right now because it's tough to get. Yeah, looks like JT Ginn will be making the start, this will be his first start of the year. Last year, he appeared in 8 games, started 6 of them, went 1-1 with a 4.24 ERA and 34 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, 8 walks, 4 home runs given up. Line opened up Mets minus 140, it's down to 135. Line opened up 9.5 minus 115, it's down 9 at minus 115. So we do have a move towards the under here. We have a move towards the Athletics. I don't trust unders in Sutter Park. Every single game have had, I believe, double digits runs in that stadium. We have 87% tickets, 91% cash on the Mets, then 77 and 71 on the over. A game I'm not going to get involved with. David Peterson's been awesome this year, but I think there's a lot of volatility in Sacramento there. In his last start, Peterson went 4 2/3, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. I would hope to see that walk total go down, but he did walk 3 in his first appearance against the Miami Marlins, where he gave up 2 earned runs on 5 hits, 3 walks. And 6 innings pitched, struck out 9 though. I do expect Peterson to be okay, but I'm not betting this game at all. I think this is a very high volatility game. At 9, watching this line drop is kind of interesting, but looks like we're getting actually a decent amount of under bets, 23% of tickets, 29% of cash on the under, which is interesting there, which tells me maybe this total is a bit high, even though every single game in Oakland or in Sacramento has had double-digit runs. This line dropping, though, is kind of suspicious. I think I don't know if we see back-to-back Mets games hit double-digit runs. That's the one thing here, but who knows? It's a pass here for me. Small lean towards maybe Oakland first 5, just because. Let's take a look at the bullpen real quick for both sides, because Diaz threw 24 yesterday. He might not be available. Reed Garrett threw 21, Stanek threw 12, Minter threw 11. Kranick will be available, Braziman will be available, Danny Young will be available, Jose Butto will be available, and probably Reed Garrett. He threw 21 yesterday, might be available. AJ Minter should be available. Even though he might be requiring days off or with dealing with the injury still. But on the athletic side, how much bullpen did they use yesterday? Because I feel like they used a decent amount. Mitch Spence threw 54 pitches. Jose Leclerc threw 34. Angel Perdomo threw 9. Alexander threw 12. So McFarland's available. Ferguson's available. Where's Mason Miller on this list? Has he been out? I've just been missing that completely. But it's a tricky spot here. Not a game I'm betting, though. Not a game I'm betting. Let's see. Those numbers I play on roulette. All right. See, first 5 3-way, get that price. First 5 3-way? The draw? Or what books is that on? If you're looking for the first 5 3-way draw in this game here, I believe FanDuel has it, if I remember right. Let's see, first 5 innings. First 5 innings results. The draw is plus 510 if that's what you're looking for. The Athletics are plus 140. The Mets are even money. Isles still have a chance for a wild card. What are you saying there? I mean, yeah. Mathematically, yeah. But they need to win out, and the Canadians would need to lose out. That's what would need to happen. The Islanders would need to pick up 8 points, and the Canadians can get 0. They have 4 games left. Yep. I am 2 on the White Sox first 5, and first 5 under 4.5. All right. Yeah, cool. I don't care. We're trying to do we're trying to do sports betting here. We're not playing roulette, unfortunately. What last 5 numbers came? Okay. W victory. Good job. There you go. Over 9.5. Yeah. Nice. I see. There you go. Opposite my side. All right. I lean under but pass. 446. You truly need to call 1-800-GAMBLER. Yes. But bet Mets as pitching a scrub. All right. 446. Play one of those numbers. Okay. I left the room. Damn it. Okay. Cool. Okay. This is why we're seeing a million chat. Well. For the White Sox, I was talking about, yeah. No, Isles are done. Yes, they're basically eliminated. Their elimination number is 1. If they lose in any way, shape, or form, they're done. If the Canadians get a point in any way, shape, or form, they're done. Yeah, their elimination number is 1. We'll move on. The Washington Nationals take on the Miami Marlins. The Marlins are minus 150 in this game with a total of 7.5. That's a big number. I need to take a look. It's Sandy Alcantara. That makes sense now. Never mind. Line opened up 135, so 148. So the lines moved towards Miami. And the line opened up 7.5 minus 115. So now 7.5 minus 112. Slight move towards the under in this game as well. Doesn't shock me one bit. 99 on the over. And then with 62% of the tickets and 53% of the cash on the Marlins. Yet this line's moving pretty significantly towards them. Even though looks like sharp money on the Nationals. Now, this doesn't feel like the Mariners spot we had last night. This doesn't feel like the Cardinals spot we had a couple days ago with the Skeens, because number one, the Marlins are at home, and Trevor Williams is not somebody I have the utmost faith in, really. And when you're looking at it, the Marlins should absolutely be able to win this game. I don't trust them I don't trust the Marlins on this type of number, though, with a total this low. Pretty simple. Taking a look at this matchup, Sandy Alcantara hasn't pitched in a minute, it looks like. And that's right. He's coming back. Oh, he's coming back from paternity leave. His wife just had a kid. That's right. In his last start against the Mets, went 5 innings of 2-run earned run baseball, 3 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. So maybe this is new dad powers, and we see him pitch well. So maybe that's an angle. And we see Trevor Williams just finesse his way through 5 innings of 2-run baseball because he's somebody who can do that. A line moving slightly towards the under with all the money on the over. Maybe this is an under. Maybe this is a first 5 under. The only thing is, Trevor Williams, I'm not a huge fan of first 5 unders of Trevor Williams because I feel like we're asking basically the Marlins to win this first 5 3-0. I feel like is the way it is, because we know one thing. Trevor Williams is one of those guys, gives you 5 innings of 3-run baseball. The only thing is he's faced much better offenses. He faced Toronto in his first game, gave up 10 hits on 3 runs, 3 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched. And then he gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts against the Diamondbacks. I guess I lean under in this game. And I would be interested in backing the Marlins team total under in this game if this was, I guess, slightly higher. But not a game I'm going to get involved with probably. The Marlins at this number is not appealing whatsoever. even with Sandy on the mound. Their team total, though, being 3.5 plus money to the under is appealing because this Marlins team still, I don't believe in their offense at all. Even though they have scored 4 more runs in 3 straight and 4 of the last 5. And it looks like 5 of the last 7. The 2 games they didn't do that, though, they got shut out. So this is a stay off spot for me. I don't trust Williams enough for an under, but I don't trust this Marlins team enough to cover or enough for a minus 150 money line. That's just a no thank you here for me. Let's see. Marlins yesterday. What a joke. Yeah, I felt like, I saw that early, and I was kicking myself for not betting the Marlins. And I saw the end of the game. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Stop fish fade. They choke a 4-0 lead. Yeah, Nationals are on a hot streak. Nationals money line, but this is my smallest bet of the day. Fair. 3-way money line. First 5 3-way. So Marlins first 5 plus a half. All right. Stop fading the fish. Stop fish fade. I don't trust a man named San. Okay, say it right. Hashtag stop fish fade. First 5 under 4. I can see that. 4, 6 loves the fish because he likes to choke too. Fair. I know you know. Jesus. Okay. Sandy's a girl's name. Okay. Sandy is the guy to back. Yeah. Yeah. Trevor Williams looks like more like a weed dealer than an MLB pitcher. Just my 2 cents. Fair. Yes, 4-4-6. I like ice in my drink. Who doesn't? Fair. Canadians in a different division could hurt the Islanders. No, because they're fighting for the wild card spot. Hello. Yeah, they're fighting for the last wild card spot, which is not happening. Let's talk about the Chicago White Sox. They're taking on the Boston Red Sox. Cash with Chicago yesterday. Do we go back to them again today? Is the question. We have Richard Dick Fitz taking on Martin Perez. Line opened up at a 145. It's now 153. So we do have a move towards Boston in this game here. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 105. It's now a 7.5 minus 114. So move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow, and 68% of tickets, 65% of cash on the Red Sox. The line moving towards them. That makes sense. And then on the flip side, we have 99% tickets, 99% cash on the over. Line's dropping. We have Dick Fitz here, who in his last start gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched against the Blue Jays. In his first start of the year, he went 6 innings against the Rangers and gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. And then for Martin Perez, he's been solid. He's gonna be a nice little rental piece that the White Sox will acquire a fringe prospect for. He went 6 in the third in his last start, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in 6 and third. And then previous to that, he shut out the Twins in 6 innings, giving up no hits, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. He's been awesome this year. And maybe he continues that into this one here. I want to take a look what this first 5 has done. Because I think first here's the thing: the 5 targets the White Sox, and that's what I've been saying all year long. That I want the first 5s rather than full games with the White Sox because I just don't trust their bullpen. Line open up 145 down to 135, so the lines move towards the White Sox in the first 5. Maybe this is White Sox first 5, and I think maybe the plus a half could be on the table here. It's a little cheap here for the first 5. First 5 plus a half, minus 118 over on BetMGM. I want to make sure that line is correct. If not, it's minus 125 over on ESPN Bet. So let me head over to BetMGM here. If that's the case, I'm going to move on this first 5 plus a half with White Sox in this game. With the first 5 line movement going towards them, does make me think that this is White Sox first 5, and then the Red Sox win the full game in this one here. So let me take a look here. What the first 5 minus 1? Yeah, first 5 plus a half minus 118. Perfect. I just wanted to confirm that was the right number. Cool. Let me lock that in. So now I don't have to bet the minus 125. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, White Sox first 5 plus a half here for me over on BetMGM. I'm going to go ahead and move on that here. Let's take a look. Fighting over, okay. Color sock is baseball's greatest rivalry. There you go. White Sox first 5 3-way. There you go. You're doing the minus a half. Wow. Card after the show today? Yeah. Yep. Who's watching? Who's fighting over? Yeah. I want the clean plus 1.5 to keep it close. Fair, Roberty. I thought NHL playoff based on division, not conference. It's here. It is the top 3 from each division, and then 2 wild cards, and that's where the Canadians is in that last wild card spot, as well as everybody else chasing them. Yeah, 25 people watching. Yeah. Sox money line can't go wrong. No, you can never go wrong with Sox money line. Can't back fits and tantrums, but Perez is due for regression. Yeah. I always do the minus a half, just like for the Marlins. Minus a half. Yep. I don't know how to do that, honestly. I don't know subtitles. I'm sorry. We'll move on. The Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Atlanta Braves. We have the Rays minus 130 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game here. Taking a look at the line history in this spot where it opened up. Let's find it here. Tampa Bay. At the Rays here as minus 125 favorites. Now 137, so we do have a move towards the Rays in this game. This line opened up at a 8.5 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 at minus 116. So we'll move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 74% of tickets, 70% of the cash is on the Rays in this game. How bad have these Atlanta Braves been to start the year? It's been beautiful. They're 3-10, 0-8 away from Atlanta. Damn. AJ Smith-Shawver has not been good this year. He's only gone 4 2/3. He gave up 2 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks in his first appearance against the Padres in 4 innings. Then he followed that up with the 3 earned runs, 7 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings pitched against the Marlins. So he's giving up runs and not going very far into games. He's only thrown 77 and 82 pitches, though. On the flip side, Drew Rasmussen, coming in off of the injury last year, has looked really good to start the year. 1 earned run on 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts in 5 innings against the Rangers. No earned runs on 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched against the Pirates. So Rasmussen's looked awesome. AJ Smith-Shawver looked terrible. The line is moving towards the Rays. Public is a little bit on the Rays, though. 74% tickets, 3% cash. Enjoying every game they lose. I absolutely am. I'm not even lying. And I do lean towards the Rays in this one here. And if I think you want the Tampa Bay Rays, you lay -1. Because I do have a little bit of here in the spot where in the minor league stadiums, I think the -1s are probably the way to go, or the -1s. You're getting a lot more volatility. It's minus 135 over on ESPN Bet and 145 on the run line, which would give you +1 for minus if you want the Rays there. That'd be the only way games -1. But now I'm getting involved with. I do think the Braves can be a bet on team going forward potentially once they start to get things figured out. The Braves are not done by any stretch of the imagination. But watching them struggle has been fun to see. I do lean Rays -1, but no bet. I see. Each conference has 2 wild cards. I just thought it was each division. Yep. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Cash Cubs first 5. Yeah. I'm on the Cubs first 5. Yep. Braves are dead. No value in this line. Yeah. I don't think they are dead, but it's been brutal. Yes, it has been really brutal for the Braves. Lean Braves, but pass. Braves need to fire head coach and forget about the bad start. They need to get healthy. And this is one thing that I was worried about that I kind of warned people about during the MLB during the NLE show. Unfortunately, I took the Braves +130 to win the division, but I bet that expecting more of the higher outcome that and this is one thing that I was worried about when placing that bet, though, was there's way too many bounce back candidates on this Braves team. Pretty plain and simple. There's way too many. Oh, this guy can bounce back. This guy can bounce back. This guy can bounce back. This guy can get healthy. This guy, because we were looking at it. Strider can get healthy, and Acuna can get healthy and come back and play well. If Matt Olson bounce back here, I mean, also Parleys can get healthy and bounce back. Michael Harris, it was just way too many players, I think, on this Braves team that needed a bounce back, and I think this can be more of reality than it was. Yeah, I agree. Why won't this click? Yeah, agree. Some type of move needs to be. Yeah, the only thing is, will they do that though? That's the problem. Reminds me. I'm so sorry with this lag. I need to figure it out on my computer here. It's just so slow. Reminds me of the Astros when they started out bad. Yeah, I got Rays -1, -104 last night. You can get +104 now over on ESPN Bet, but yeah, that's fine. The lag's been I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the lag. I am, but nothing I can do about it right now, unfortunately. Move on. The Cleveland Guardians taking on the Kansas City Royals, -130 for the Guardians, total of 7.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here. If it'll load, which nothing wants to freaking load today, which is awesome. We have Luis Ortiz taking on Michael Lorenzen. The line history is not loading for me right now, not even allowing me to click it. We have this game. 43% of tickets, 69% of cash is on the Royals in this spot. 99.99 on the over. Shocker there. I am for these. So let me just clear out. I don't know. There's a bunch I need on my thing. Do not need that. Yeah, there's just a bunch of things that I don't need on my thing right now that I'm just Xing out, and hopefully this will help things. X that out, X that out, X that out, X that out, X that out. Okay, we'll see if that at all. But let's take a look has the line history loaded yet? No, not even the website's loaded. Just everything. It's not loading. There we go. For Lorenzen, it's again, nothing's loading. This is the Wi-Fi. Yeah, here we go. Lorenzen, 5 1/3 innings pitched in his first start of the year. 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Innings of 1 earned run baseball, 5 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts against the Twins. So he looked good in his second start there. On the flip side, here we have Luis Earle Ortiz, who was traded over towards the Guardians in the offseason. I would like one stream where just everything works smoothly. Those are long gone. We have Luis Earle Ortiz, who has struggled so far this season with the 9 ERA. Granted, very limited. Am I good now? There we go. 2 road starts though for Luis Ortiz. Maybe this is a prime spot for him to pitch well. Maybe it is. 3 earned runs on 7 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. 9 hits, 4 walks, 4 2/3, 2 strikeouts for it here. For him there. Maybe this is a good spot for them. He's been and maybe this is where Luis Ortiz pitches well in this game. And we see maybe an under or maybe a Guardians play in this one against for that. But once again, I'm not getting my line history loading up. I kind of want to just restart my computer real quick. This is bad. This is so bad. Just nothing's loading at all. Just nothing's loading. I have a feeling this is more the Wi-Fi than it is the computer. There we go. Finally, finally the line's loaded here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Or let's not, because once again, nothing will freaking load. Hopefully, we'll get things loading soon, because nothing wants to ever work. There we go. Nope, and now I'm going to click on the wrong game. All right, cool. Let's take a look at this game. I want to take a look at the line history, because I want an under potentially in this game. In this spot, potentially. I also kind of want the Guardians. So I want to see this load. But yeah, we'll head back over to the chat, and then we'll get into we'll see hopefully the line history. Is it the Wi-Fi or a computer? What do you think? I think it's a bit of both. I think I need to clear out stuff on my laptop, but maybe I need to figure out a way maybe to plug in an extension thing for the Wi-Fi into my computer. I don't know which one it is. Damn, this is bad. It's bad. Nick, you just saved got in my parlay for what? Cancel the show, just post card on a public post, still frozen. Outstanding. Piece of crap computer. It's a nice computer. I got it a few years ago. It's just I think I have so much stuff on the actual computer itself that I just need to clear out a bunch of stuff. And hopefully it'll fix it. It also might be the Wi-Fi because it just shows the connection's poor. I don't know. Appreciate it, Coyote, the $2 sticker, super sticker there. Appreciate it. Indians money line minus 125. Yeah, I can see the Guardians. I am a fan of guard ball. I do think that they are a good team. Damn, trust me, I don't do that on my laptop. This is what happens when you live stream from India. What? All right. Hopefully we'll get the line history here for the Guardians game in a little bit. And I would like to back the Guardians or the under in this game, but I guess we'll move on because it's not going to load. We'll move on. We have the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Reds are minus 120 favorites in this game, total of 8.5. Let's take a look at the. I would say the line history, but shocker, it's not loading. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 60% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the Reds. So the money is coming in on the Reds in this game. So we expect a lot of move towards them. 57% of tickets, 54% of cash is on the over. Andrew Abbott, I believe this is his first appearance of the year. He started off hurt. I am high on Abbott. I think he could be a solid pitcher for the Reds. On the flip side, Andrew Heaney, he looked really strong in his last start against the Yankees. Shut down the Yankees. 1 inning, 1 earned run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched against the Yankees. And then the previous start before that gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in 5 innings against the Marlins. So he's looked really solid so far so far this year, Mr. Heaney for the Pirates. I think it may be just the website here for the line history in this one. Looks like the opening line was around 130 and it's dropped, so kind of tells me. And I'm just using the open line according to the website because just the individual games are not loading. So let's take a look real quick. It was line opened up minus 120 for the Guardians, and it opened up 7.5 minus 115. So lines moved towards the Guardians in that game. I want to move on the Guardians, and I'm kind of interested in the Pirates in this game here. Let's take a look at the bullpen for this spot. Maybe I want to see what our bullpen looks like. It was like Joe Wentz and yesterday. Lawrence has had 2 days off, so it's Santana, Ferguson. The first bullpen has in the season. And then the Reds bullpen, Ashcraft went 31 pitches yesterday. Taylor Rogers went 12. Pagan went 11. So it looks like they're ready to go bullpen as well. I do think the Reds have the better overall bullpen in this game. So if you want the Pirates, which I kind of do want the Pirates, it'll probably be first 5 rather than would be my this one here. But for me, it would be probably Pirates first 5 as my lean. Pirate first 5, I lean there. But I'm gonna move on the Guardians. So I'm gonna move on the Guardians full game against the Royals in this spot for that last game, and then I'm gonna hold off on the Pirate spot here. The Guardians minus 130 over on Fanatics. That'll be the best available line available for me. So Guardians money line for the previous game. All right. Line moved against the Indians. Never mind. Yeah, no, I think it's moved with the Guardians. Yeah. Bet the Reds. John Murphy's Law. Yeah. Line opened up minus 126, now 135. Yep. Heaney? Yes, Heaney. He's been good. Reds opened up minus 120 and now minus 125. All right, so that makes sense that the lines move towards them. Dang, Nick, keep it PG. I want it. Okay. I don't have that. I promise you. Lag is awful. Yes, I know. Cancel the show after baseball. Pass the Reds game. Lean Reds. I can give line. Yeah. I would definitely appreciate that there. We'll move on. We have the Los Angeles Angels and the Houston Astros in this game. Minus 150 for the Astros, total of 9 in this spot. We have Ryan Gusto taking on Tyler Anderson, the pitching matchup here. It was a blowout win for the Astros yesterday. Gusto has been mainly coming out of the bullpen, but he's been like the bulk guy out of the bullpen for these Houston Astros. Let's take a look. We have 75% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Astros, 88 and 84 on the over in this game. Ryan Gusto has made a few appearances. He's not gone more than 3 innings. So this is a bullpen game for the Astros. On the flip side, for the Angels, Anderson has been okay, a 4.5 ERA very early into the season. He gave up 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in 5 innings against the Guardians. And he went 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in 5 innings against the Cardinals. So he's been okay this year. I don't think this is a game I'm going to get involved with. I'm seeing this line open up around 145. And I'm seeing basically 150s across the board now. So it looks like a small move towards the Astros, which is expected. Line opening up around 8.5, and I'm seeing 9s juice towards the under across the board. So we do have a slight move towards the over here as well. I don't really know what to expect out of a bullpen game for the Astros here. And I kind of lean Angels to bounce back after yesterday's game, but not a game I'm going to get involved with here. Yep. Astros open up at minus 152. It's still minus 152. Appreciate it. We'll move on to the next game where we have the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks, minus 170 for the Diamondbacks, total of 9. We have, taking a look here, it looks like this game opened up minus 170 And we're seeing minus 172s, 175s, and some couple 180s across the board here. And then on the total, it looked like it opened up 8.5 consensus. And now we're seeing 9s. So move towards the over here. 96% tickets, 96% of cash on the over. That makes sense. 43% of tickets, 53% of cash on the Brewers. And Mr. Chad Patrick, who the 26-year-old has made 3 appearances so far. He went 1 inning against the Yankees in that in that 29 loss. Then he followed that up. He only gave 2 earned runs on 2. He gave 2 earned runs on 2 hits, 1 walk in that 1 inning. Went up against the Royals, shut him down in 4 2/3. Gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And then against the Reds, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings pitched. Corbin Burnes going up against his former team. Corbin Burnes has kind of struggled a little bit so far to kick off his Arizona Diamondbacks career. Gave up 2 earned runs in 4 1/3, struck out 8, 4 hits, 3 walks against the Yankees. And then on the road, he struggled 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts in 5 innings against the Nationals. But he's had 2 road starts, and they've not gone well. And now we get a good spot for him here. He gets the pitch at home for the first time against his former team. I think this is a get right spot here for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Corbin Burnes. The question is, how do we bet this? Because lines move towards the over. This line has moved towards the Diamondbacks, even though it looks like sharp money is on the Brewers in this game here. And it kind of tells me that we see the Diamondbacks play well here in this game, in this spot. And the question is, do we back them first 5 or full game? Maybe this is Diamondbacks first 5 minus a half. What's their bullpen look like? Their bullpen looks pretty rested. Joe Mantiply threw 36, Thompson threw 16. Other than that, they've been pretty well rested. A lot of pitchers have not gone in a while. And on the Brewers side, Koenig threw 15. McGill threw 20 last night. Everybody else had the night off. Payamps threw 26 the previous day, along with Hudson throwing 19 and Uribe throwing 19. Maybe this is Diamondbacks spot. The first 5 minus a half, it's super expensive. Minus 120, minus 130, minus 125 over on Bovada. And what's the minus 1 line? Minus 175 plus 120. Minus 125. Maybe it is Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks minus 1, minus 125. I'm going to move on that here. Over on Fanatics is the best available line. Minus 125 for the minus 1 line. I think this is the spot for Corbin Burnes to come in here and shove against his former team. His first home start after 2 road starts. I think everything correlates here for this game for me for the Arizona Diamondbacks on the minus 1 line. So that's where I'm going to go for this game here. Diamondbacks minus 1 and minus 125 as well. Tim Anderson to record a run plus 210. Yeah, there's usually a gust of wind that blows out. It's also a dome, but yeah, I could see that. Or it's also a roof stadium. Diamondbacks open up 190, it's down to a 180. Ooh, I was seeing. Looks like consensus opened it up at just according to the site that I like to look at for line movements. Overall, it was a minus 1. Where's the game? A 170 opening line. And I'm seeing 180s. But yeah, it's not a huge move, but it's 50-50 split. How Diamondbacks get shut out last night? They didn't score any runs. All right, yours is working now. Yeah. Brewers game under 8.5. I can definitely see that. Snakes team total over 4.5. Yeah. Posting in the link. There you go. MLB contest, free t-shirt if you win. Yes. Morning, Nick. Let's go to Untouchable. Diamondbacks first 5 minus a half, minus 125. There we go. We have, looks like 3 games remaining in the MLB before we get into the NHL. The Colorado Rockies at the San Diego Padres. We have the Padres minus 160 with a total of 8.5. Let's take a look at the line history here between Chase Dollander and Kyle Hart. It looks like the opening line was around minus 170 on most books. It's down to we're seeing 160s now, 160, 165, 160. So we're seeing moves towards the Rockies in this game. Line opened up 8.5. It looks like minus 115 towards the under on most books, and we're seeing really not much of a line move, anything slightly towards the over in this game. We have 84% of tickets, 84% of cash on the over. Line's moving. Line's really not moving. 94% of tickets, 99% of cash on the Padres. This line's moving towards the Rockies in this game here. We have Chase Dollander, somebody that I'm very high on. Granted, and I know a lot of people are going to look at his first start. They're going to look at his 7.2 ERA. He got 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 5 innings against the Athletics. That was in Coors Field, though. You make your debut at Coors Field. I thought that was a good debut for him, all things considered. I know the stats are not sexy. I am well aware of that. But he was pitching in arguably the best hitter's ballpark in not arguably, the best hitter's ballpark in Major League Baseball. That's not a minor league stadium. On the other side, Kyle Hart's not somebody I trust at all. He gave up 5 earned runs on 2 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts, only went 2/3 of an inning against the Cubs. I think he's going to be an issue if he's continuing to get starts for the Padres. And I would like to fade him here. And I would like to back Dollander. And then we have 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 innings against the Guardians in his first start. I think that Kyle Hart can get hit again. And I do like Dollander, and I think this is a good spot to back Dollander in this game. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to have to run in this game where we have this line. I think this could be a little bit higher variance, so I will take the plus money for the first 5 instead of taking the plus a half. I will take the plus 125 here with the Rockies. And I don't want to say I lean under, but I feel like 4.5 and even money for that first 5 under. I'm more worried about Dolan, or more worried about Hart giving up too many runs, and that first 5 under does not hit. That's why I don't want to double up on the spot. But I want to back Dollander, somebody I'm very high on, and I think could be the ace of this Rockies staff going forward. So yes, I'm going to be on the Rockies in the first 5 at plus 125 here for me. Let's see. You getting to the window on the White Sox first 5? Yes, I got to the White Sox first 5 plus a half. Minus 118 is what I got for them. Yeah, he took the plus a half. Yeah. Padres money line, don't think about it. I disagree with that. First 5 there. I suggest the first 5 3-way there. Going back to first 5 and full game under in the Brewers game. Yeah, pass. Nice. He's saying you're backing Corbin Burns. Yes, I am on Corbin Burns to pitch well in his first home start. We'll move on. It's a tricky matchup here because you know how I want to back. You know how I want to bet this game, and I think this all makes sense to bet it here. We have the Chicago Cubs and the LA Dodgers. We have Ben Brown taking on Roki Sasaki. It looks like this line opened up around 180. We're seeing 170s now, so we're seeing a move towards the Padres, or towards the Padres. Wrong game. Towards the Cubs in this game here. We have Ben Brown, who has had a couple appearances, has not looked particularly great. That's the one thing I am worried about is that he gets hit in this game. 5 earned runs and 7 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings in his last appearance against the Padres. Previous to that, he gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 5 innings against the Athletics. And he did struggle in the Tokyo series there. He came in relief for Shota Imanaga in the first game, gave up 2 earned runs on 3 walks, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 2/3. On the flip side, Roki Sasaki, he actually pitched well in his first start, or in his last start there. Granted, the Phillies made a bunch of stupid mistakes in that one though. 1 earned run on 3 hits, 2 walks. Got the walks down. I'll give him credit. Only went 68 pitches though. The guy's not going far into games. 4 innings. This guy has not gone more than 4 innings in a start so far this season. And he is still a project pitcher. And I've been trying to tell you guys that. Just because he had one decent start against the Philadelphia Phillies does not make him good. Especially only going 4 innings. I need to see him go more, honestly. And I am going to go ahead and take the same bet that I've had the last few games. And that's the first inning. I was going to say there's no way that's a half. And it's minus 135 for the over 1.5 first 5 team total here for the Cubs. And I'm going to go ahead and take the first 5 money line as well here. Ben Brown does give me a little bit of pause. But this is also something that I see a little bit of variance. So I'll take the full-on money line instead of the first 5 plus a half. Because I am not a believer in Roki Sasaki yet. I think that he is a project pitcher that is going to take time to develop. And I think we're going to find ways to be able to fade him. And for me, I'm going back to the Cubs first 5. I cashed with it yesterday at first 5 plus 1. And I'm going with the team total over 1.5 at minus 135. The Cubs are coming in off of getting shut out in their last game. And I think they can get to Roki Sasaki. They've seen him already. And they force a lot of walks against him. I think that they can walk a decent amount here. So yes, I'm going to go ahead back to my fading Roki Sasaki double up. First 5 money line, first 5 team total over for the opponent. I think that I think Roki Sasaki is a project pitcher. So yes, I'm on the first 5 money line and the first 5 team total over. Yes, get that White Sox first 5 money line. Yeah, he's got Burns to win Cy Young. I do not. I have Hunter Green and I have Garrett Crochet. Cubs money line, fade Sasaki, love it. But do we fade the first 5? Yes, I think you fade the first 5 more than the full game because the bullpen advantage is massive towards the Dodgers in this game. The Cubs bullpen does give me pause. Yeah, Cubs first 5 3-way. Yes, rather do the first 5. Absolutely rather do the first 5. Last game on the MLB card, and then we will get into hockey. We have the Mariners and the Rangers, minus 140 for the Mariners, total of 7 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here, where it looks like minus 140s across the board for the Mariners. And it's not really moved too much. I'm seeing 145s in some spots, and then 7 at minus 115, and that's not moved much at all either. Seeing 7s, minus 115 towards the unders, mostly there. As we have 43% of tickets, 61% of cash on the Rangers. The line's not moving really. 97% of tickets, 96% of the cash. 2 pitchers I kind of like, Kumar Rocker and Brian Woo for this matchup here. Taking a look at what Rocker's done. He pitched much better in his last start than he did in his first start. Got lit up and smoked against the Reds. That was part of the 14-3 game where he gave up 6 earned runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 innings pitched. And then against Tampa, bounced back and gave up 1 earned run on 6 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. On the flip side, Seattle Mariners with good old Woo on the mound. He went up against the Giants since last start, gave up 4 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. Previous to that, he went 6 innings against the Athletics, where he gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And for me in this game, not a game I'm getting involved with. I was on the Mariners yesterday. I thought it was a good spot for them there, fading DeGrom at that number. But at the same time, is this a game that I'm going to get involved with? No. Pretty plain simply no. Because I think that I want the Mariners as a dog more than I want them as a favorite. Pretty plain and simple there. And we are not getting them as a dog here. We're getting them as a favorite where you're going to have to lay a -1 line. And I don't want to do that with the suggested low variance of this game with a total at 7. So this is a stay off spot for me. Small lean towards the Mariners, but not at this number. Yeah. Is that Tim? Then I thought of one of you. Maybe. Yeah, plays in. There you go. I put not bet yet on some just for me to remember what I didn't bet yet. So just ignore it. Fair. I'm out, but I just want to say thank you for the MLB shows. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. We'll head into the NHL. These are not going to be crazy breakdowns. We're going to probably just be on a shit ton of overs, but let's get it started. What we're looking for is 2 teams that have nothing to play for. And let's talk about it here. The New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. These 2 are basically in the same position. The Islanders, for all intensive purposes, are out. And And there's a difference between this game and the next game we'll talk about where I'm looking to back Columbus. I'm not looking to back the Islanders. And for me in this one, we have the Islanders who are basically the elimination number is 1. They need to win out. Montreal needs to lose out, and they need to get all the points. And so I don't see it happening here in this spot. I kind of leave Philly. We saw what the Islanders really are. Or not really are, but what the Islanders are doing after last game, losing 9-2 to the Rangers. Usually I'd be like, yeah, let's back the Islanders. And I have no interest in doing that. The Flyers are coming off the 8-5 win against the Rangers. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're playing better as of late. So, yeah, this would be Flyers or no bet here for me if I'm looking at the side. But we got two teams with nothing to play for. Yeah, I'm going to take first period full game over, first period over 1.5 minus 120, full game over 5.5 minus 125. Those will be official plays for me. I gotta go lock these in on Cap Protect because the puck drop is in 20 minutes in this game, so need to go ahead and post these up on Cap Protect. As we will be touching on the other 12:30 game here in a second because we do have one more 12:30 game. But yeah, for me, going to get my day off started with a double over again. First period over 1.5 minus 120. Full game over 5.5 at minus 125 on DraftKings. So we're going to go ahead and lock those in as well because I want to make sure these are in before puck drop. So go ahead and got that first period over. Let's grab this full game over as well before we move on to the next game here. There we go. All right, now that we got that locked in, let's head back to the chat, and then we'll get on to the next game. Blues or Kraken? Probably Blues. The Blues have something to play for. The Kraken do not. Finally, NHL time. Yes, hockey. But we'll move on. The Washington Capitals, Columbus Blue Jackets. Looks like a pick 'em in this game. Total of 6.5. This is a game where obviously the Capitals have locked in the President's Trophy. They're on the road. They do not care. I believe it's Hunter Shepard in net here for the Capitals. The Columbus Blue Jackets are basically in the same spot as the Islanders. Except for actually they're a little bit more alive. They're up 2 points on the Islanders. They actually won their last game though. They went into Buffalo, or they played Buffalo and they won that game 3-2. They're 6 points behind. Here's the thing though, they're 6 points behind the Canadiens with a game in hand. They win today. Canadiens play Toronto. The Canadiens lose today and don't get any points. Columbus gets 2 points here. They're 4 points out with the game in hand. The Columbus Blue Jackets are not dead yet. And that's where I think that they could step up in this game. And the Capitals do not care. The Capitals do not care. And I think this is a double up on on who do you call it? On the Blue Jackets first period and full game. Because this is a game that they're going to show up in. And both these are on Bovada here. Minus 115 for the first period, minus 120 for the full game. I'm going to double up on the spot here. This is a big spot. Maybe even triple up. Do I dare triple up here? Because it's the third string goalie. What's the team total over here real quick before I move on? Because maybe this is team total over as well. I think it is. Plus 120 over on Bovada for a 3.5. Yeah, I'm going to have three separate bets here on the Columbus Blue Jackets in this game. They're not dead yet. Now, are the odds great? No. The odds are not great that they're going to make the playoffs, and we all know that. But I think this line's indicative that the Capitals do not care. They're not trying. And there's a Blue Jackets team that absolutely is still. Because we could have easily seen them mail it in against Buffalo. I backed the -1 against Buffalo. We could have easily seen that. We didn't. And I think that's a telltale sign. This team is going to play hard until there's an E next to their name. So I'm gonna be entirely too invested into these 12:30 games. So yeah, team total over 3.5 at plus 120. First period money line at minus 115. Full game money line minus 120. Yes, I'm aware this line is dramatically shifted, but I think it's for a good reason. And I have no problem fading Hunter Shepard in this game. And I think these are the type of spots that we need to take advantage of as the season's coming to the end in the NHL. So yes, am I overly invested in this game? Probably. But with that being said, I'm all over the Columbus Blue Jackets here. First period, full game, and team total over. I think that the Blue Jackets might be the best bet on the card here in the NHL. As I'm trying to get these in as well. Yep. Thank you all, as always. There you go. Over. Should have taken Washington full game yesterday instead of first 5. Yeah. I was looking at Miami in that game, and I'm glad I stayed off. But yeah. Wow, let's go CBJ. Yes. This is a smash spot for CBJ. I think this is an awesome spot for the Blue Jackets. I got some decent plus 2.5 puck line with Detroit and San Jose yesterday. There you go. And Dubois anytime goal. Maybe. I'm just all over. Yeah. We'll move on. We have the New York Rangers taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. I guess you could say the Rangers have something to play for in this game. They are not mathematically eliminated. They're in the same spot as the Columbus Blue Jackets, just have one less game. They don't have the game in hand that the Blue Jackets do. Here's the thing, though. I am not trusting the New York Rangers with a bet right now. They are, especially even at these lines. Carolina has nothing to play for. They're monster favorites. Are the New York Rangers a live dog in this game? Absolutely they are. I do think we could see a game where the New York Rangers win this game because Carolina does not care. They're locked into the 2 seed. They know they're going to be starting game 1 of the playoffs at the Livosa there in Raleigh, Carolina, against the New Jersey Devils. They don't care. Here's the thing though. This is Rangers or no bet, but I have no interest in backing the Rangers. That's the way I see this game. I have no interest in the New York Rangers at this point. I just don't. So it's a pass for me. We have the Hurricanes have nothing to play for. The Rangers technically still have something to play for, but they're practically out. Yeah. I always look for an ex-player revenge spot if it warrants it. That's fair. Oh, yeah, that's definitely fair. We'll move on. Colorado Avalanche and the LA Kings. We have the Kings minus 185 favorites with a total 5.5 in this game. And I think this is a Colorado Avalanche team until the game 1 of the playoffs. We should be betting against them every single game. Why? Well, let's take a look at who is not playing for this Colorado Avalanche team, and you'll know exactly why. Because I believe no McKinnon. I believe no Makar. Let me go ahead. Let me grab the full injury report before I just do all that. This is a Colorado team that doesn't care. No Makar. They're resting Makar. No McKinnon. No Lindgren. No Colton. No Drouin. No Manson. Landeskog is potentially returning soon. He's playing right now for the Eagles. There. So they all their top guys are not playing. They're locked into the 3 seed. They're ready for the playoffs to start. And this is a Kings team that still has something to play for. I don't believe they have not locked up that 2 seed yet. They need to. I believe with the win today, they can lock it up because the Oilers do not play today. With the win, they will have no games in hand, but they'll be 4 points up on the Edmonton Oilers. They would have 3 games each left. So actually, they need a win and an Oilers loss. Their lucky number is 4. Yeah, no, I think that this is Kings on the -1 line at -112 for me. Because the Kings absolutely have something to play for. They need to hold off the Oilers for that number 2 seed in the Pacific Division. And if they lose today, they're giving up their game in hand, and they'd just be 2 points up with no games in hand if they lose today against a Colorado team that is looking forward towards the playoffs. They're resting a bunch of their top guys. This is Kings -1, -112 for me for this spot. So yeah, I'll continue here. Kings -1 for me. Carolina puck line and underlean, fair. Rangers beat the brakes off the Islanders last time. Yes, they did. No McKinnon, no Makar, no Avs. Absolutely agree. 100% agree. Normally, shouldn't it normally be back the team missing their star player? Yes, but on the flip side, I think this is a different situation. Usually, yeah, you do. But this is not missing their star players, they're resting their star players. They don't care. That's the difference. I'd rather under anemic Kings offense and no real offense for the Avs today. It seems, I wouldn't talk you off the under, maybe an Avalanche team total under. The only thing is you're looking at probably 2.5 juice towards the under. Yeah, you're looking at 2.5 minus 140 the under. Not anything I'm interested in, but I can definitely understand an Avalanche team total under here in this spot. But we'll move on. Florida Panthers, Buffalo Sabres. Obviously, the Sabres are out. Let's take a look at what the Panthers have to play for. The Panthers, not really much to play for. That's one thing that keep an eye out. I guess they're still in contention to win the division. They're 2 points behind the Lightning. They want home ice advantage. They need a win and a lightning loss here. So maybe that is a spot to look at them here. If we think the Panthers continue to play well into playoff mode, the question is, do we want to fade the Buffalo Sabres off of being eliminated? I would rather fade the Buffalo Sabres on the road than I would at home. So this would be Panthers or nothing. But is it enough of a situation for me to want to back them? No. Pretty plain simply, no in this one here for me. Small lean towards the Panthers on the -1 line, but not one I'm going to get involved with here. The one thing we bet every Sabres day, anytime Tage Thompson goal. Yeah, that's been a beautiful bet for you this year, I believe. We'll move on. The Winnipeg Jets are taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. This is a game that means nothing, I believe. Technically it doesn't. Actually, technically it does. Because let's see, do they have the Winnipeg Jets have clinched. They have clinched the Central Division over the Dallas Stars. So they have nothing to play for, the Winnipeg Jets, and obviously neither do the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are coming in off a win in their last game. They beat the Boston Bruins, whoop-de-doo. But this is another game here. Two teams, nothing to play for. And you guys know where I'm going. First period over 1.5, -125. Full game over 5.5. Also -125 on ESPN Bet. So I'm going to double up on overs here in this spot because that's what we're going to do with two teams that have nothing to play for. And this would be Blackhawks or no bet because I almost guarantee this is not going to be Connor Hellebuck in this game. It'll probably be Eric Comrie, if I remember right. NHL starting goalies. I should have had this page up earlier, but it is what it is. Daily face-off. Let's see. Jet Graves. Oh, boy. Jet Graves versus Hunter Shepard in that Blue Jackets game. Well, Samuel Ersson versus Magnus Hogberg. Kemper is unconfirmed versus Blackwood. Vitek Vanacek versus James Reimer. Okay. Anthony Stolarz versus Jacob Dubes. Spencer Knight likely in this game. Confirmed Hellebuck. So I wouldn't be surprised if after clinching division, the Jets, with nothing to play for, rest Hellebuck because there's no need to play him. Maybe you play him one out of the remaining 3 games you have because the Jets have this game. They have 2 more games remaining after this. Maybe you play him one more game, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, play him one more game before the season ends, and that's it. Give him a couple of games off here in this spot. And I see this game being just goals here. First period, full game over for me. Just two teams have nothing to play for, which we won't be getting in the next game that we will talk about. Let's see. Are the Sabres running journeyman James Reimer into the ground now? Who cares? Who cares? Like, do we really care that James Reimer is getting run into the ground? He's not your future. It's not like you're running Oopie into the ground. Chicago first period, Winnipeg puck line under. I disagree with the under there. It'll probably be 4-2, 4-1. I think this is 4-3, potential overtime. Who knows? I want to bet the Blackhawks so bad for shits and giggles. Why not? Why not take a shot at the Blackhawks? I think if you want the Blackhawks here, plus 130 for a team total over at 2.5 over on Bet365 is very, very appealing. I want to talk you off of that. 2 teams that do have something to play for. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Montreal Canadiens. -225 for the Leafs, total of 6 in this game. Obviously, it's Dubes in net for the Canadiens. It's the second half of a back-to-back for them. So not the greatest of spots here. Damn, would this be interesting if the Canadiens lose tonight and the Blue Jackets win? Ooh boy. Would that make things a little bit more interesting in the Eastern Conference? Obviously, the Montreal Canadiens can clinch a playoff spot with a win. They need a win, I think, in regulation, and they clinch a spot in the postseason. They are currently 6 points up on the Blue Jackets, but the Blue Jackets have a game in hand. They're also 6 points up on the Rangers and the Red Wings with no games in hand for those as well, with 3 games remaining, and they are up 8 points on the Islanders with the Islanders having a game in hand, but whatever. They have something to play for. A win in regulation, I believe, clinches Montreal into the playoffs. They had their 6-game winning streak snapped in their last game against Ottawa. On the flip side, Toronto Maple Leafs, they beat the Lightning in their last game. They've had a few days off. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they have 4 games remaining. They lead the Lightning by 2 points for the division lead, and they have a game in hand on the Lightning. So with the win here, they would have both had 3 games remaining. They'd be 4 points up on the Lightning, 6 up on the Panthers. The Leafs absolutely have something to play for here as well. So whose motivation is greater? Because both these teams, for all intents and purposes, are probably going to finish first in the Atlantic and the second wild card spot. It's just when that happens. So I do think we get a good spirited effort into this game, and I think we can get some defensive intensity, something along those lines. So this is definitely not a double up spot for first period full game over. But I don't want to challenge the motivation on either side here. At this number, Montreal seems very interesting, but we'll see. Which is more reliable for goalie starters, game day, or goalie for game day, goalie post or daily faceoff? I look at daily faceoff there. Montreal money line, wine and cheese crowd on Saturday. I don't see that here with Montreal coming into town. Absolutely not. With the stakes on the line, no, absolutely not. I can actually see a decent crowd here. Draw? Yeah, I can see a draw in this game. What's the Canadiens plus 1.5? That's probably interesting there. Canadiens plus 1.5 is minus 130. Not really. All right. We'll move on to Utah Hockey Club and the Dallas Stars. The Stars minus 155, home favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. The Stars are locked into their spot there. The Avalanche are not passing them, and they are not passing the Jets. So they have nothing to play for, and the Utah Hockey Club have nothing to play for as well. So this game means nothing. So this game means first period and full game over. A little expensive on the first period over, 135 for the over 1.5, and the full game over is 6.5 and minus 110 over on ESPN Bet. I am going to be on both those here. We have the Utah Hockey Club, who are playing with a little bit of fight towards the end of the season here. They have been they're still a scrappy team, and I think this line is this way for a reason. Where Utah they lost in a shootout in their last game against the Nashville Predators, but they've been a team that's been scoring goals 3-7, 4-2, 3-5 in the last 6 games. Dallas, they're off of a shutout loss in their last game, back-to-back overtimes previous to that. They've lost 4 in a row. They're not playing well. Maybe this is a spot where Dallas shows I don't know about shows up in this game. Do we have Ottinger in this game, or is this going to be what, Wedgwood? No, not Wedgwood. Who's the backup? Casey DeSmith. DeSmith is confirmed this game. Makes me like the over even more in this game. Cool. First period over, full game over for me here in this spot. 2 teams that have nothing to play for. Dallas locked into the 2 seed, and Utah eliminated. So that's where I'm going to go for this game. We'll continue on. 3 games remaining. No chat there. So continue on. St. Louis Blues, Seattle Kraken. Blues minus 145 favorites, total 5.5 in this game. Obviously, the Blues have something to play for. Now things are getting interesting. The Calgary Flames won last night. They are 3 points behind the Blues with a game in hand. The Flames are not dead. The Flames do not play tonight. The Flames are not dead, and the Flames will have 2 games in hand after tonight. And this is turning into a must-win game for the St. Louis Blues. After dropping the last 2, this is a Blues team that must win now. And they're playing a Kraken team that they absolutely should beat. This is a Kraken team that the Blues have dominated. They've won 5 in a row, 8 of the last 10 against this team. Seattle playing out the strings. They've lost back-to-back games now. This is their first game back after a 5-game road trip. They were in Vancouver, San Jose, LA, Utah, Vegas. So they're all on the West Coast, all of them in the West Coast there. But looking at this spot for me, this is Blues minus 1. How is this not Blues -1, or at least Blues money line in this game here? And we're getting -130 here over on ESPN Bet. I'll take that. I'll take -130 on the Blues on the money line here in this spot. I think this is a game where they show up and they get the win. They would be 5 points up on the they'd be 5 points up on the Flames. They would have one game remaining, and they get Utah in the last game. So this is coming down to the end, and the best the Flames can do is 96 points. So this is going to be interesting towards the end here between the Blues, the Wild, and the Flames. I'm on the Blues here, -130 in this game. Blues puck line, Neighbors anytime goal, Kyrou anytime goal. Yep. And this wouldn't lock up a playoff spot for the Blues, but this would go a long way towards doing that. We'll move on. Nashville Predators versus Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights have clinched the Pacific Division. I have lied. The Kings need to win out, and with the win in this game, the Vegas Golden Knights would clinch the division. They have 105 points. The Kings have 99. The Kings, with 4 games remaining, the best they can do is 107 points. So a win in this game for the Vegas Golden Knights, and they are the Pacific Division champs. So they do have something to play for. So this is not, both teams have nothing to play for. Let's roll out the puck and play some pond hockey. The Knights are going to show up in this game trying to lock down the division, and the Preds do not care. This would be Knights or no bet at this point. Not a game I'm going to get involved with, but with that being said, yeah, so pass here for me. Draw. I can see a draw. I can definitely see a draw. Last game on the card, and I thought this game potentially was going to have nothing to play for both sides, but we have the Vancouver Canucks as a pick'em in this game against the Wild, total of 5.5. I mean, obviously we saw last night the Flames got the job done against the Minnesota Wild to make things a little bit more interesting for the wild card race here. The Wild have 93 points. The Blues have 93 points, both of them with 80 games played. The Flames have 90 points with 79 games played. The Flames can jump the Blues. The Flames can still jump the Wild. It was a 4-2 win for the Flames last night in that game. And the Canucks, they're coming off of back-to-back wins against Dallas, where that was that 5-2 win there. They were down 5-2 in the last minute, and they came back and won in overtime. And then they beat the Avalanche 4-1. Minnesota, the motivation absolutely should be there, though, for them trying to hold off the Flames. And if you like the Blues today, I feel like you gotta like the Wild here as well. Why are the Wild dogs, though? Other than they're in a back-to-back. That's the only difference. Back-to-back, 3rd game in 4 nights, travel. Maybe that's a tricky spot, but it's not like this is a great spot for the Canucks as well. They're off of 2 satisfying wins. They're already eliminated from the playoffs. Maybe they're playing a little bit more loose. I don't know. Maybe this is a game that I keep an eye on, and I don't bet now, but I wait. I want to see, because I believe this is Marc-Andre Fleury. And do we want to trust Marc-Andre Fleury? Oh, no, it's Gustafsson confirmed. Wow. They went Gustafsson back-to-back games. They're going for this one. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll move on the Minnesota Wild in this game. They're playing Gustafsson back-to-back games. They're obviously trying here. Even money over on Bovada. Give me the team with motivation in this game. I'll close on my card with the Wild. So, yeah, Wild, even money here for me in this spot to close out the card in this one. Go Wild spot, yeah. How good is Chad Patrick? Was looking nerfies, and this is on the maybe list. He's average. He's not somebody I would rely on super heavily, but he's not somebody I would fade. Wild money line in the over. Can't stand the mild. Fair. I think you missed the Panthers game. Nope, we did cover that earlier. That was after the Kings game. I leaned Panthers -1 in that game. I leaned Panthers -1. But we faded the returning star first game, then back him the second game. Yeah, except for they lost the second game. So that was the issue there. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah. Plus Canucks at home are average. Yeah. Fleury probably starts last. No. Oh, yeah. He starts last game against the Ducks. Yeah, I was going to say. They need to lock up the playoff spot before they let him back in the crease again. But that is everything for today's card. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Want to thank you guys, as always, for watching, and